and just getting myself ready to share with you some starter kit essentials. So, all right, let me just get everything going here. Okay, welcome to Facebook Live. Thank you for those of you that are hopping on, and thank you for those of you that are watching the playback. I appreciate all of you viewing and supporting my videos, and I hope that you guys had a really wonderful holiday. I wanted to specifically do a kind of a series on the starter kit because many of you, your very first purchase was a starter kit. Hey, Katie. And that's how many people kind of get into the oils, is by purchasing a starter kit because of several reasons. One, the kit is discounted at a really nice price for that introductory purchase. And it also comes with your year-long membership to doTERRA's wholesale prices, so that fee is waived. And there's also another reason why I really value the starter kit and really encourage people to start off with it when they're first being introduced to essential oils and doTERRA. And that is because it comes with 10 oils, and the oils have been chosen very intentionally and methodically by doTERRA, and they all are just a really great introduction into being able to use essential oils for just a kind of a huge plethora of things. So I feel like it gives you a really good experience right off the bat using oils, because you have just this kit of goodness that you can pull from when different things come up. And personally, I would rather you have an oil and not use it than not have an oil that you need. Because when you need an oil and you don't have it, it sucks. It really, really does. And so this kit just really gives you a variety of ways to use the oils. It gives you a beautiful experience right from the bat. And so I really kind of just wanted to focus on it today because this is just kind of the route that most people are going these days. Most people are starting off with this particular kit. This is the Family Essentials kit. And this is a small version, and then there's a larger version. So this is kind of the direction that most people are going. It's just a really good value, and it's pretty simple, easy to use, and it makes a really good kind of beginner experience. So, all right. So I know that there are other people in this group that don't have the starter kit, and that's okay. I think you'll still pull chunks of value from, me talking about it. So don't disregard just because you don't have the kit. I think you'll still get some really good information. So I want to introduce you to the starter kit. So this is it. This is what it looks like. So it comes in this little box. Really nifty. You open it up and you've got 10 oils. Whoa! Get back in there. Okay. So you have Deep Blue, On Guard, Lavender, Oregano, you have Peppermint, and then down here you have Breathe, Digest Zen, Lemon, Frankincense, and Melaleuca. And so those 10 oils have such a huge array of things that they can support, and combining them is very good for different specific things. And so I just kind of wanted to show you today just what the kit is, what it looks like. I wanted to go over some stuff, for example, in this lid, okay? It's kind of blurry, I know, but each oil has a little blurb about it in this kit, which is so nice. Because you get this kit of oils and you're like, okay, now what do I do, right? I know that we've all been there. I know I did at first. I was a little overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, and there was a time where these oils just kind of sat unused because I didn't really know what I was doing. And I know that that happens to a lot of us. So this video is just basically to encourage you and to empower and to support you with using your oils that you got in your kit. So I'll just go up here to, let's see, I'll use the On Guard blend, for example. So right here, it says On Guard, and then it says Natural Defense. And then under that, it gives you some ideas on how to use that On Guard. It says, add 2 to 3 drops in a veggie capsule for a quick immune boost. Diffuse in your home or office during fall or winter months, because we know that those are all high months for sickness and things to be going around, flu season and all that stuff. It also says that you can dilute it in a spray bottle to clean doorknobs, telephones, and other community surfaces. So remote controls. I do that a lot. I used to use Clorox, bleachy wipes, right? But this is just a better, safer alternative. And I have little hands that are touching all these things, and I just don't really want them getting bleach and chemicals all over themselves. So I love that On Guard serves this purpose as well. And then it also says to diffuse in a room to purify the air. So you have a nice little blurb about On Guard, and then it gives you just some really basic ways to use it. So that is awesome. I love that about this kit. And the other thing that I want to point out are these little circles right here. So each oil has the ability to be used, different ways. There's aromatic, there's topical, and there's internal. And so if you're not sure how to use the oil, it tells you right here on the box. So On Guard, for example, can be used aromatically. It has an A with a circle, a blue circle around it. It has T for topical, and then it has I for internal. And then over to the right of that, it has an S, and that stands for sensitive. So not only is it telling you exactly how you can use your On Guard, but it's also letting you know that there's a tendency for sensitivity with this oil, and so you want to be careful when you're applying it to your skin, basically is what that means. Lavender, for example, has aromatic, topical, and internal, and it does not have an S next to it because lavender is extremely gentle to the skin. It has an N, and that means that technically it can be used neat, which means not diluted and applied directly to the skin. Same thing with lemon, peppermint, there's sensitivity factor there. So you're getting some really good information on your oils just by reading the lid of your kit. So isn't that awesome? Now the bigger kit that comes with the bigger bottles does not have this fancy lid, but I can definitely, this is something that I can, scan onto the computer, and I can provide, what the lid of this box says for anybody who's interested. I just think it's a really neat chart that makes it really easy, to start using your oils right away. Okay. So let me just turn my note page here. Okay. So the other thing I want to point out about your bottles is that this is not a good example. This bottle's kind of leaky and messed up. By the way, if you receive a kit and there's any type of like leakage, or you just notice anything is abnormal with your oils, make sure and let me know right away, because doTERRA will totally replace and help you out with that. You want to make sure that you have, exactly what you paid for, okay? So don't be hesitant to reach out to me for that. Okay, so another place to look for information regarding how to use your oils is right on the bottle. So this is frankincense. I've talked a lot about frankincense in the past, and there's a supplemental fact basically following the name of the oil, which means that this is an oil that can be ingested. It has supplemental facts, just like anything you would find in the store that you can ingest. It has supplemental facts. And then right below that, my eyes are so bad right now. I don't know if I put in like this contact in this eye or this one in this eye, but everything is blurry. So I'm looking like an old lady trying to read this bottle. But okay, so under the supplemental facts, it says dilute 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid. So it's giving you a recipe, a percentage of how to dilute and how to use the oil internally. It also then says CPTG certified therapeutic grade, and that is what you want to see on every single bottle, because that means that it's gone through the rigorous testing standards that doTERRA has, and it's gone through multiple tests to ensure that it's pure, safe, no pesticides, residues, weird fillers, nothing like that in it. And then below that, oh my gosh, I cannot even read this. And then below that, it just has a little bit more information about, it just has like, you know, be careful, don't leave it out for children, you know, just basically like a little cautionary thing, which we all should know, not to leave our oils out where our kids can get them. So the label is another great place to look for information about how to use your oils, okay? So read your labels. All right. So now that you have your oils and your kit with you, I want to go over a few basic safety things because I think that being safe with essential oils is probably, you know, the best thing that we can possibly do. We have to remember that these are powerful, you know, potent, and just very strong versions of the plant. And so we only need a little bit at a time. So when you're using your oils, just think less is more. And just think 1 to 3 drops per use, depending on what you're using it for, depending on yourself. A lot of the oil usage and determining how much to use and what works is going to be determined by you, because we are all so different and we all react differently to the oils. Our bodies metabolize them differently. And so what some people might be able to apply all the oils, you know, neat on their skin, and some people might need to dilute all of them. We always dilute when we're putting them on our kids, but you know, you got to trust your instinct, trust your intuition, and trust your judgment when you're using the oils, and just start off really slow and simple, okay? Slow and simple, and less is more when it comes to using the oils. And then you can just really develop, you know, what you feel comfortable with, basically. All right, so when you're using essential oils on children, people with sensitive skin, and the elderly, you always want to dilute your oils. And what I mean by diluting is combining the oil with a carrier oil or another oil that's going to dilute it down a bit. So you're not putting this directly onto your skin. So if you purchased the big kit from me, you basically were gifted a bottle of fractionated coconut oil. And if you purchased the small kit, you were gifted some roller bottles. So the fractionated coconut oil is something you can grab at any health food store, Amazon, wherever. But if you have your kit and you really want to get started, just go into your kitchen and grab a cooking oil or something, and you can use that, okay? So you would just pour a little bit of the carrier oil onto the palm of your hand, and just 1 to 3 drops of your essential oil, and you would mix it up and then apply it to wherever it is on your body that needs the support, okay? So you're gonna dilute for kids, elderly, and children and babies, basically, okay? Okay, the other kind of safety thing to talk about is when you're using your oils internally. Like, for example, I really like to put a couple of drops of lemon in my water every day. Lemon is just a natural cleanser. When we think of lemons, we think of clean and cleansing products, and it's just this natural cleaning, has a natural cleaning ability. And so it naturally detoxifies and just works with your digestive system and just helps keep things clean and moving. So I love to have a couple of drops of that in my water. And when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're using glass or aluminum or steel. Basically, just avoid plastic when you're using essential oils, just kind of as an umbrella safety precaution. The reason is because the oils have the ability to extract those chemicals that are in those plastic bottles, and then they basically pull them into your water, and then you're basically drinking gross chemicals, and you don't want to do that. The whole idea of using oils, essential oils in the first place, is to improve the health and, you know, just the overall happiness of your life. So you want to make sure and use glass, aluminum, or steel. And I get my water bottles from Marshall's. They're awesome. I don't have it here with me, but it's just this big aluminum, I think it's actually steel bottle that has like a twist cap on top, and it's like 12 bucks at Marshall's, and I just put like 2 drops of lemon in there, and that flavors my whole entire water for the day, and I just absolutely love doing that. Okay, when you've got your kit and it comes to your house, I just want to encourage you to keep it out of the reach of your kids. Your kids are going to naturally be curious about what this is, and you're going to be using the oils on them, so they are going to participate and be a part of this whole experience. However, it is not their job to take bottles out of the kit and open them, and you just don't want to keep it in reach of your kids. So put it up on the shelf, put it somewhere high up where the kids can't get to it, because that's just not a good idea, okay? All right. I want you to keep in mind, because I know I just talked about a few safety things, but the oils are not meant to harm you in any way. They are actually created to help your body and support your body. So I don't want you to be afraid or intimidated or fearful about using your oils. That type of mentality is not going to get you anywhere where you want to be. And there's a lot of that fear-driven mentality out there right now in the world. And I really want to encourage you to stay away from that, because fear only creates and breeds more fear. And if you really want to come to a place of just openness and love and happiness and health, we have to have a different mentality. And so don't be afraid of your oils. They are not going to hurt you, okay? You can't overdose on these. They're not gonna hurt you, okay? If anything, you accidentally put a little oregano on your skin and you forget to dilute, it's gonna burn, and it's gonna be a little burn, a little, irritation on your skin. That's pretty much the worst that could happen. And in that case, just put some carrier oil on it, because the carrier oil will dilute the oregano and get it into your skin, and you'll be fine within a few minutes, okay? So I just want to encourage you to use your intuition, to not be afraid, to go ahead and experiment with different combinations and different smells, and open up every single bottle and just smell and feel and experience what you have in this kit, because you have a powerhouse of amazing support to your body that you cannot even imagine. When you first get your kit, you just can't even imagine how your life is going to change. Can anybody, relate to that? I mean, you get this kit and you're like, okay, I'm ready to try something new. Most people that come to me for oils, they are really frustrated with the way that their health is. They're frustrated with just the cycle that they've been on. They're tired of filling their body with chemical concoctions, and they are ready for a change. And they're ready for something natural that is going to be extremely supportive and effective. And this is what that is. So when you start to have these experiences and you realize, wow, my daughter's, ear discomfort that I normally would take her to the pediatrician for, it went away overnight. That's weird. Wow. I don't even know. There's so many things when you first have these experiences and you're just like mind blown, well, what else can these oils do, right? So it's a process, it's a journey, and I just want you to be non-fearful about it. Just embrace it. It's a beautiful journey of health, and this is the beginning right here. This is the beginning of it. So, okay. So the other thing that is super important when you're just starting with your starter kit is to get some good resources. Now, I usually encourage people to either get the Modern Essentials app, which is on your phone, super convenient, or the book. This is actually the mini guide. There's even a bigger one, but the mini guide, to me, it does exactly what it needs to do. I think it's like, like $14 or $15 on Amazon, or Aroma Tools is another website. But this right here is an amazing resource. And so basically what this allows you to do is look up ailments or things that are of concern that is happening within your family or in dealing with your family's health. And it gives you the ability to look it up alphabetically. So I see Mandy and Katie, why don't one of you guys give me an ailment and I'll look it up. So one of you throw out an ailment in the comments. And so this is the book version, and then there's also an app that you can buy. It's literally just right in your app store. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It looks like, oh, can you see it? Oh, poop. Okay, you can't see it. Wait. Nope. All right, I tried. But it basically allows you to type in the ailment, and then it will do a search for you. So I haven't seen you guys tell me an ailment, so I'm just gonna pull one out of my hat, and I'm gonna just say headache. Okay, that's a common ailment that people struggle with. And so I'm just going through my book, and I'm going to the H section, and I'm just gonna find headache. And I found it. So right here is this whole section is on headaches, okay? And so what this does is at the very top under headaches is it gives you a list of oils, okay? Some are in red, some are in yellow, and some are in green. And all that means is it's just organizing the oils for you, okay? So the red oils are most common, are most likely used for headaches. But remember I mentioned earlier that we're all different and that we all react differently to oils. And so these oils might not work best for someone. Maybe the oil's in yellow or the oil's in green, or maybe it's the last oil on the list. So you just have to know you don't need all of these oils that are listed, okay? You don't need them all. It's totally unnecessary. All you need to do is find the very first oil on the list that you have in your possession. So if you have this starter kit, then you basically just go, so the very first oil is Headache Relief Blend. Well, I don't have that in my kit, so I can't use that. The next oil is peppermint. Do we have peppermint in our kit? Yay! Yes, we do. So right next to peppermint, it tells you you can apply this topically or you can use it aromatically, and it tells you exactly how to use it for headache or head tension, okay? And then below, it gives you a recipe. Isn't this amazing? And then it gives you a recipe. It tells you apply 1 to 2 drops of peppermint, lavender, and frankincense to the back of neck, temples, and forehead. You have peppermint, lavender, and frankincense in your kit. So you have those 3 oils, and you have a recipe that tells you exactly what to do when you have a headache. And you have a natural solution to something that people struggle with all the time. Head tension and headaches is a very popular thing that people struggle with, and we're constantly taking Tylenol. It takes like, 30, 40 minutes sometimes to get any relief. By using the Tylenol or Motrin, you will find instant relief by using the essential oils because they work instantly on your head. So It's amazing. And then below that, it even gets more specific. It says migraine headache, tension headache, a sugar headache caused by low blood sugar. And then it has some additional research right here. So it's telling you, where they're getting the information, how they know this. This is not just something that was thrown together. This is a scientific resource that was created so that we would be able to use our essential oils effectively and safely. So this is an amazing resource. So when you start off using your oils, you want to make sure you get your hands on something like this, either the book or the app, and it's just going to be an amazing resource for you. You don't need to know everything about oils when you get your kit. You're never going to know everything about oils. You may look at me and go, wow, she knows so much. I could never know what she knows. I'm never going to be able to use my oils. And I'm just so overwhelmed. I can't even handle it. Well, let me just say that I started off not knowing anything about oils too. And the only reason why I have developed, more knowledge is just strictly from experience. And that is strictly from using them, from being consistent, from trial and error. I mean, I don't know how many times I have trial and errored myself. I mean, how many times have we who use oils daily gotten peppermint in our eye? That burns, so it's okay. You're not going to be, you don't need to know everything about oils to use these oils. You absolutely don't. There are resources for you, and this is a really, really good one, okay? The other place that I really like, especially for beginners, is another app, which is a free app put out by doTERRA called the Daily Drop. And this is such a neat app because basically what it does is it sends you an alert once a day, and it educates you in a video for about 2 to 5 minutes tops on something different every single day. And you can be really specific inside the app. So let's say you want to learn just about essential oils in kids, or maybe you want to learn about essential oils in athletes, or you want to learn about just everything. So you can choose your categories and what you want to learn about, and every single day you'll just get a little notification on your phone, and you go to your phone. Maybe you're sitting in car line waiting to pick up your kids. Maybe you're sitting in an office. Maybe you're on your lunch break. We can all spend 2 to 5 minutes increasing the knowledge that we have about these essential oils. So a really, really neat app that's called the Daily Drop, and it is put out by doTERRA. So it's another really great resource that I always encourage beginners to really sink into, and just to get the reminder too. When you start using essential oils, I know I've talked about this before, but it's a routine change. It's a shift in mentality. Our whole life we've been taught to take pills or to call the doctor when we need something, prescription pushing. I mean, this has been our mentality growing up. Like, okay, my kid has a cough. Okay, what cough medicine can they have? Oh, these are all my kid's too young for these. What do I do? And we're just frantic all the time. And this kit allows us to really just have some power and control over everything that's going on. And so it's a mental shift. It's a routine shift in the way that we think and do things. And so by having that reminder, the daily app reminder, that really helps. By having your oils, out, of course, out of the reach of kids, but maybe up on a kitchen counter or somewhere where we are seeing them on a daily basis. So we're remembering to use our oils for things, to think oil first. When I first started using essential oils, I didn't get a kit. I started off with, gosh, I don't even remember. I think it was Serenity, and I think it was just like 2 oils at the time. I really just was leery and skeptical for sure. And so I didn't want to invest, and I was really hesitant to approach my husband about investing in something like this because, you know, I just was like, what is he going to say? He's going to think I'm crazy, you know? So I didn't. I totally chickened out like a big wuss, and I didn't get a kit, and I am kicking myself over that decision. I mean, really, I am. It was the stupidest decision I could have made. I had to pay a $35 membership fee. I bought a couple of oils, and pretty much if I had spent $20 more, I would have gotten the kit and gotten 10 oils. It's just, it was not a smart decision on my part, but it's okay because that was my process and that was the way that I thought, and I just really needed, I think, to experience the oils before I could really sink in and understand, you know, what it is that they could do. So a lot of you are smarter than me and you're getting the kits. Thank you for being smarter than me. It really is a wise decision. It's wise financially. It's just a wise decision for your family. And so thank you for being smarter than me and getting yourself the kit and not just getting a couple of oils. And then you only have 2 oils and you can experience, you know, all the things that they can do. So, all right. The other thing I just wanted to throw out there is that we have this Facebook group too. And so it's another resource for you. If you have questions, any type of questions about your oils, can I mix lemon and peppermint? Is that safe? What should I do if my kid is running, you know, a high temperature in her body? You know, whatever your question is, post it here. And the reason why I want to encourage you to post your questions to this group is because your questions help everybody. And so of course, I answer text messages and stuff all the time from you guys, and I'm helping you and getting you through this whole, you know, trial and error learn thing when you first start. But also post questions here because I think that all of your questions are so good and valid and important, and I think we all could learn from them. So I just want to encourage you all to post questions here as well. I think it's would be really cool to see more of. Okay, so basically, now that we have our starter kit, we understand how to read the box. We have our basic safety protocols in the back of our mind, and we have our coconut oil, and we're basically ready to go. So I'm going to start over the next 9 days. I'll just be educating you in more detail about each of the oils in this kit and just helping you get some really functional, simple ways to start using every single oil in your kit. I don't want to see any of your oils not being used. They all should be being used on a regular basis. So that's what's going to be happening starting tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to start off with Deep Blue, and I'm going to give you some education on this amazing oil right here. So that'll be tomorrow. I hope that this helps. I hope that you guys found just something, you know, a little nugget to take home, to think about. And I hope that this is something that you guys are going to, you know, really enjoy. I was just trying to think of, you know, what would I want to know when I first started with oils? What would be something that would really help me just embrace and feel empowered and just really dive into my oils? And that's kind of what the vision I have of this series is, that at the end of it, you just are like, woohoo, oils, yes, let's do this. And so that's my goal anyways. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to try and do around the same time every day, around 10 a.m. It's just easier, I think, to keep it consistent. I know that some of you guys are at work, and that's okay. You're checking in and watching the replay, which I appreciate. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.